Good morning, students. This is chapter 6, Life Processes, in your science subject. That is part 1 of the chapter. In chapter 6, Life Processes, we will learn some life processes like nutrition, respiration, excretion, and transportation. These are life processes that occur in living organisms. But at first, let us discuss about the characteristics of living and non-living things. So let me start the chapter. How do we tell the difference between what is alive and what is not alive? If we see a dog running, or a cow chewing cud, or a man shouting loudly on the street, we know that these are living organisms. They are living beings. Fine. But what if the dog or the cow or the man, they are not doing these activities? They are asleep. At that time also, will you see that they are alive? Will you say that they are alive? Yes. We would still think that they were alive. But how did we come to know that? We see that they are breathing and we know that they are alive. So, living substance or living organism have some special qualities, some special characteristics. By noticing them, we can say that they are alive. And those special characteristics are motion, growth, respiration, reproduction, and some other nutrition, excretion, transportation. If we see all these characteristics in any substance or in anything, we say that those are alive. Those are living organism. So these are the things about man, animal. What about plants? Plants do not run. Plants do not shout. But then also we know they are alive. How do we know that they are alive? We see them green. So you can say because they are green, that is why they are alive. But what if colors are different? Then also they are alive? Yes. Only green color of the plant is not the sign of life in the plants. They grow over time. So we know that they are alive. In other words, we tend to think of some sort of movement, either growth or other movements that we cannot see with our naked eyes. In the plants, there are some other movements which are not visible by our naked eyes. Even growing also we cannot notice on the same day if we see. So the growing of the plant we cannot see. But with the time, we come to know that plant is growing, the length of the height of the plant is changing, new leaves are coming. So this means plants are alive. So these are the common evidence for being alive. In a plant, as I told you, that there is no visible growing, but then also we say that they are alive because they also breathe, they grow, they also need food. So all these things are sign of being alive. Virus. Virus does not show any molecular movement in them until they infect some cell. That is why there is a controversy about whether they are truly alive or not. अगर वायरस किसी live cell के अंदर जाता है, then it start behaving like living things. Otherwise, it remains in dead stage, or we can say inactive stage, for a long time. And as it enters in any live cell, it start behaving like living things. So virus is a link between living and non-living things. So now you are clear about living and non-living things. In order for something to be classified as living, it must grow, it must develop, it must use energy, it must reproduce, and it should be made up of cells, and it should respond to its environment and adapt. If these qualities you find in any substance, it means they are the living things. While many things meet one or more of these criteria, but in a living organism, things must meet all of the criteria. ये सारे के सारे criteria जिसमें है, that is living being. Fine. Now, what are the life processes of living being? The maintenance functions of living organism must go on even when they are not doing anything particular, even if they are just sitting idly or they are sleeping. Maintenance job has to go on. Anyhow, even sleeping stage में भी maintenance body में होता रहता है. The process which together perform this maintenance job are known as life processes, and they are nutrition, respiration, excretion, and transportation. These we will learn in this chapter one by one. Nutrition, respiration, excretion, and transportation. The first one is nutrition. When we walk or ride a bicycle, we are using energy. That you must be agree, because we are doing work, so we need energy. Even when we are not doing any particular work or any activity, at that time also energy is required. Why energy is required? It is required to maintain a state of order in our body. We also need materials from outside in our body to grow, to develop, and to synthesize protein and other substances needed in our body. And those substances that we need from outside, they provide us energy. And that source of energy is the food we eat. So we can define nutrition in this manner, that nutrition is the process of taking in food and using it for growth, metabolism, and repair. So nutrition is the process, that is a life process. And there are the stages of nutrition, and they are ingestion, digestion, absorption, transport, assimilation, and excretion. All these stages we will learn in detail when we will learn human digestive system. How do living things get their food? The general requirement for energy and material is common in all the organism, but it is fulfilled in different ways. Some organisms use simple food material, and that is obtained from inorganic sources in the form of carbon dioxide and water. These organisms, they are called autotrophs. They जो autotrophs हैं, they are green plants and some bacteria. Other organisms, they utilize complex substances as food, and these complex substances have to be broken down into simpler ones before they can be used for the upkeep and growth of the body. To achieve this, organisms use biocatalysts, and they are called enzymes. Thus, the heterotroph survival depends directly or indirectly on autotrophs. Heterotrophic organism includes animal and fungi. So by two method living organism get their food. एक तो ऑटोट्रॉफ्स जो खुद का खाना खुद बनाते हैं कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड वाटर यूज करके, सो दे आर ऑटोट्रॉफ्स. और हेटरोट्रॉफ्स जो खुद का खाना खुद नहीं बनाते हैं, बट दे डिपेंड ऑन ऑटोट्रॉफ्स फॉर देयर फूड. और उनका जो खाना है दैट इज कॉम्प्लेक्स वन, and it should be broken down into simpler ones using biocatalysts or enzymes, and enzymes are produced in the body of heterotrophs. Example of heterotrophs are animals, fungi, and examples of autotrophs are green plants and some bacteria. So now you know Autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs make their own food through photosynthesis using the energy of the sun. Example of autotrophs are green plants and some bacteria. And heterotrophs cannot make their own food, so they must eat or absorb it from outside. An example of heterotrophs are animals and fungi. Autotrophic nutrition. Carbon and energy requirement of the autotrophic organism are fulfilled by photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which autotroph take in substance from outside and convert them into stored form of energy. बाहर से substances लेकर खुद की ही बॉडी में फूड प्रिपेयर होता है और उसको एनर्जी के फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करते हैं. दे आर ऑटोट्रॉफ and this type of nutrition is known as autotrophic nutrition. The material is taken in the form of carbon dioxide, water, and that is converted into carbohydrates in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. That is autotrophic nutrition, and this process is known as photosynthesis. Carbohydrates are utilized for providing energy to the plant. The carbohydrates which are not used immediately by the plant, they are stored in the form of starch, which serve as the internal energy reserve to be used as and when required by the plant. जो फूड एक्स्ट्रा बच जाता है, जो कार्बोहाइड्रेट एक्स्ट्रा होता है प्लांट में, that is not used by the plant immediately, it is stored in the form of starch here. Somewhat similar situation is seen in us where some of the energy derived from the food we eat is stored in our body in the form of glycogen. It means even in storing the extra food in the form of energy, plants and animals both are same. Plants store extra energy in the form of starch and animals use extra energy in the form of glycogen. This is the chemical equation of photosynthesis: 6H2O plus 6CO2 in the presence of light, and it occurs in chloroplast. We get glucose, the plant gets glucose and oxygen. C6H12O6 plus 6CO2. Now these are the conditions, or these are the following events occur during the process of photosynthesis. There are three conditions for photosynthesis. Number one, absorption of light energy by chlorophyll should be there. Number two, conversion of light energy to the chemical energy and then splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. And third one is reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. These are three events that occur during photosynthesis process. Number one, absorption of light energy. Number two, conversion of light energy. And number three, reduction of carbon dioxide. These three steps, it is not necessary to take place one after the another one immediately. For example, desert plants, they take up carbon dioxide at night, but they prepare an intermediate and that is acted upon by the energy absorbed by the chlorophyll during the day. Not necessary कि जब light energy absorption हुआ हो तभी ये सारे process एक के बाद एक step wise हो. Absorption of light energy और उसका conversion अलग अलग टाइम पर भी possible है. Cactus plant इसका best example है. Fine. Now let us see how each of the components of the above reaction are necessary for the photosynthesis. Above reaction means I am talking about the photosynthesis. If you carefully observe a cross section of a leaf under the microscope, cross section means cut part of this leaf like this. That is the cross section. क्रॉस सेक्शन आप नोटिस करिए माइक्रोस्कोप में. व्हाट डू यू नोटिस? वी नोटिस दैट सम सेल्स they contain green dots, and these green dots are called cell organelles. These cell organelles are chloroplast, and these chloroplast contain chlorophyll. This chloroplast is found only and only in plants. In animal cell it is not found. Here is the activity. By doing this, we will come to know the presence of chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. How we will perform this stepwise? See, dip a leaf into the boiling water for about a minute. What will happen? The leaf will be softened. Now you turn off the Bunsen burner. Energy अब नहीं देना है. Now put the leaf into the test tube of ethanol. What will happen over here? We are putting it into ethanol to remove the chlorophyll from the leaf. Now stand the test tube in a beaker of hot water for 10 minutes, and after that wash the leaf in cold water. Now spread the leaf out flat on a petri dish. ये डिश का एक नाम है. उस पर लीफ को फ्लैट फैला दीजिए and then cover it with the iodine solution. Why we are doing this? Why we are putting this iodine solution over there? Because if in presence of iodine the leaf goes blue black, dark color हो जाता है, it means starch is present, and if it doesn't go, it means starch is not present. But what happens actually leaf turns blue black, means starch is present. Now we'll come to the another point, stomata. Stomata are tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves. Massive amounts of gaseous exchange takes place in the stomata. लीफ में छोटे छोटे पोर होते हैं जिसको हम स्टोमेटा बोलते हैं, और गैसेस का एक्सचेंज इन स्मॉल पोर्स या स्टोमेटा से ही होता है. लीव्स थ्रू दीज पोर्स फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, एज आई टोल्ड यू कि गैसियस एक्सचेंज स्टोमेटा से होता है, बट गैस का एक्सचेंज स्टेम्स में भी होता है, रूट्स में भी होता है, और लीव्स में भी होता है. Since large amount of water can also be lost through these stomata, the plant closes these pores when it does not need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. And the opening and closing of the pores is a function of guard cell. Guard cell controls the opening and closing of stomata. Guard cells swell when water flows into them. Okay, and guard cells shrink when water goes out to them. So guard cell होता है जो स्टोमेटा की ओपनिंग और क्लोजिंग को कंट्रोल करता है. Plant also need other raw materials for building their body except water or carbon dioxide. See, water used in photosynthesis that is taken up from the soil by the roots in terrestrial plants. Other material like nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, and magnesium. They are also required by the plant for building their body, and these materials are taken up from the soil. Nitrogen is very important and essential element used in the synthesis of protein and other compounds. And nitrogen is taken up in the form of inorganic nitrate or nitrates or nitrites. It is taken up as organic compound which have been prepared by bacteria from atmospheric nitrogen. Special type of bacteria are found in the soil that fix up nitrogen into the soil, and from the soil the plants take nitrogen in the form of nitrate or nitrite. So thank you students. Now we will meet in part 2 of chapter 6, life processes. I hope you understand the content I discussed over here. If not, you can go through it again and again. That is with you. And now we'll meet in part 2. Thank you.